which means this building will be coming down. By fall of 2013, we anticipate the formation of the steel frames. That's the end of next year. How exciting it will be. Our fingers are crossed, but with the help of DPR, we know that the completion of the construction is anticipated for the end of 2015. In the last decade, Chinese Hospital has taken care of over 200 admissions, and the emergency room has seen over 45,000 patients. The hospital provides the highest percentage of care to the Medicare and Medi-Cal recipients in San Francisco, other than San Francisco General, and we have to thank San Francisco General for all their work. This equates to approximately 92% of our total patient days. Chinese Hospital will continue its long, rich history of providing access to culturally competent healthcare services to the Chinese community for another 100 years. Our legacy will continue, and we want to thank many of our donors, supporters, and the community leaders. Thank you so much. And now, I would like to ask the president of our board, Mr. James Ho, to say a few words.
Thank you, Brenda. Can you guys hear me? It's really nice to see all of you coming out here today. And this is very exciting for me. But Brenda basically told you guys exactly where we are and where we're heading. The reason I want to say a few words is really to thank all of you. This project without all of you never would have happened. First, of course, I think I like to thank our doctors. Our doctors are here. I think Eric is here and so on. And without our doctors, we would never been able to do what we are doing right now. Of course, the management, like Brenda, I like to thank. But more importantly, I very much like to thank the community. The community, I think, has done wonderful. Help us, support us throughout the years since 1899 when we started this hospital. So I really, really want to thank them, especially in the last few years when we want to raise money. I think a lot of the community people came up and really do their share. Like today, we have three here, sitting right in front of me, three $100,000 donor. I think James Ong, Thomas, and Stanley each gave us $100,000, and not only that, there's so many people coming in with money. We're very, very, very touched and very, very impressed. So thank you very much. And of course, also, I like to thank our board. Throughout the years, our board never get paid, never receive anything practically, and yet they work very hard. As you know, we are 3-in-1. The doctors group, the health plan, and also the hospital. And being on our board, meaning really working for two corporations. That's why the board works very hard. We have so many committees, and I really, really thank you. Thank you very much. So without much ado, I think also someone, of course, I would be remiss if I do not mention her name, is Rose Pack. Number one, she'll kill me, okay? Number two, she really indeed did so much for this hospital. I think ever since when she helped out doing that building, we, back in the 80s even, we're talking about this part of it. So it is because of her and all her arm twisting and everything, I think we are where we are now. But then, of course, a lot of people don't know our present mayor, Mayor Atlee, all these years, not just today, many, many years. How many golf games? Our mayor has been helping, and just not only golf game, everything practically. Thank you very much, Mayor. So without much ado, I'll ask the mayor to say a few words.
Thank you, James and Brenda, and also to the rest of the team, Julie Ling, Karen Chow, to the doctors, the board of the Chinese hospital, its advisory committee, its auxiliary committee, so many volunteers that have committed to this wonderful, wonderful institution that represents such a great part of our community. I am overjoyed to be here with Board President David Chu, with Supervisor Carmen Chu and Supervisor Jane Kim as well, and the entire Board of Supervisors. We have a strong agreement of what this means, not only in Chinatown, what it means to the rest of the city. You know, during these holidays, I'm very grateful that so many of you understand for the Asian culture, particularly the Chinese culture, investing in our health is one of the most honorable principal things that we do in our culture. And this is what we're doing with Chinese Hospital. So yes, I've had a lot of fun helping to co-sponsor the golf tournament. I would like to say to some of the members here who have been to those golf tournaments, Mel Murphy, Rich Ravetti, this is why you paid $25 for a mulligan. It's worth it. It's worth it to tolerate Rose and I in a cart coming over and talking about your swing in the middle of those swings. But it's a constant reminder, Chinese Hospital is not an interruption to it, it's part of our history. It's part of who we are, how we came to create the Chinatown that we have today, and how this hospital, working in concert with all the other healthcare centers in the city, whether it's General Hospital or CPMC or Sutter or all the major Dignity Healthcare, Kaiser and others, we all work as a family of healthcare providers that touch upon all the needs. And we have to make the right decisions for everybody. This is the right decision to not only knock down an old building that could collapse in an earthquake, but to build a modern facility to take care of many more generations of not only immigrants, but our own community is aging as we speak. I'm aging as we speak. And we need the modern facilities to handle the increased families that are coming here, the culturally competent staff that it has here, all of these wonderful things we expect of our modern hospitals. It will be right here at Chinese Hospital. So I am grateful for all of you to be out here today. This was the occasion that James and I and Rose and so many others talked about, and with the thanks of so many people and their generosity. Really, my personal thanks, because you've committed that generosity to one of the most important institutions of our time. And just a couple of days ago, even individuals down at the Little Paris sandwich shop were giving up $5,000 to help. And once they heard one family did it, another family stepped forward. $5,000 of a picture with the mayor of San Francisco, that's pretty good for Chinese Hospital. Anyway, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to everybody to recognizing this, but I'm most grateful to the community. You've always been there, residents, whether it's $5 from someone living in the SRO to our wonderful contributors today who are giving over $100,000 from their families, their sacrifice, to all of the volunteers who sacrifice many, many precious hours of their personal time to be here, to turn over the slate of dirt that we have here. And now you're seeing the hard hats inside this wonderful building, and we will get this done with everybody's help. This is what our future holds, and I'm so gratified for everybody to help bring us here to this momentous occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. Next, I'd like to bring up President of the Board of Supervisors and our District Supervisor, David Chu.
Happy holidays, everyone. I cannot think of a better way to celebrate the season of thanks and the season of giving than the groundbreaking that we have today. We know that hospitals reflect who we are as a community, reflect our values. This is something all of us were taught by our parents and our grandparents. My grandfather ran a Chinese herbal store in the old country. My father was a physician, and both of them told me over and over again how much of a failure they still view it that I did not become a doctor. But I know there's so many of you who are taking incredible care of the health of our community, and I want to thank you along with our mayor for doing that. This is also, as we know, a celebration of our past, our present, and our future. The past. This was a Chinese dispensary started in 1898. This followed the struggles of our community, the struggles of our immigrant community for decades. are present. We are today a model of culturally competent care to the rest of the country and certainly to our Northern California community and our future. We are building what will be a gem of 21st century healthcare. And so along with our mayor and our colleagues, Supervisor Kim and Supervisor Chu, I want to thank you and our entire Board of Supervisors for their unanimous support of the legislation to move this forward. I, of course, want to thank our Board of Directors, James Ho. I want to thank our Chinese Chamber. I want to thank our Chinese Family Associations. And I want to thank every single one of you for not just making this community great, but making sure we have great health care for the rest of this century. Congratulations.
And now I'd like to bring our Chief of Staff, Dr. James Yan.
Thank you, Brenda. Honorable Mayor Lee and board members and respected community leaders. My name is James Yan. I am the current Chief of Staff of Chinese Hospital. On behalf of the medical staff and myself, I would like to thank all of you and your administration and the community for your unwavering support in the rebuild of Chinese Hospital. Chinese Hospital serves a vital role in this community. It is a place of healing, a place of support, and providing need for those who are out. I would like to end by saying, quoting a wise philosopher, a Chinese philosopher by the name of Lao Tzu, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. I would say that we have taken those first steps, and with the continued support, unwavering support from Mayor Lee's administration and the community, I would say that we are well on our way to completing this destination. Under the capable leadership of James Ho and Brenda and all involved. Thank you.
And finally, before we do our shoveling, Rose Pak, she made it from Hong Kong just for this moment and occasion.
Almost didn't make it, our plane got delayed, then the luggage got delayed, then I hit the jackpot. For the first time in about 11 years, I got numbered to have my luggage checked through. So trying to explain to the customs what Ham Yu is all about. They couldn't believe that I came rushing back for the hospital groundbreaking by bringing Ham Yu, and I said it's legal. Then Willie Brown, of course, have asked me to buy things for him, and then they asked me, are those real? I said, of course not. And so, anyway, that's almost, I didn't make it, but I got all my stuff through, and everything was legal, and we didn't violate any traffic law, and here I am. This is a long time coming. I didn't sleep a wink on the plane, so I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now, except very sleepy. And Stanley, I gather you came through with your $100,000. That's all I could think of. And then before arriving here, and thank you, Siupalai, yesterday for selling all the sandwiches to give it to the hospital. We still need some more money. That's all I care, And thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.
And I see Mayor Willie Brown is here. We cannot let you without speaking. We're going to have you end the ceremony and end the shoveling by your last words.
I am, of course, as all of you are just delighted that we finally reached the point at which we're actually going to start the construction. It's been a long, tough journey. It is a journey that we all enjoy taking. It's a road that San Francisco plays as a total community. And to have the opportunity to have the Chinese hospital's ribbon actually cut for the new building by a Chinese mayor of San Francisco is just absolutely off the scale. Every mayor that preceded Mayor Lee, our administrations of Frank Jordan and of Art Agnos and Dianne Feinstein, they've all been part of this long, incredible journey. I'm almost certain that each of them will be physically present for the occasion when the ribbon is cut. More importantly, however, every patient who has ever been a part of this Chinese hospital had their life saved or their life made better by virtue of it. They and their families will be equally here as fully engaged and fully much an operational part of it. I'm just proud that I'm here, and if I get sick, it's Chinese hospital only. I got enemies every other place.
Okay, and now for our board members to come on up for the ceremonial.
There's an awful lot of you know what. So am I supposed to shove it to somebody?
Who did not donate?
Yeah, let's aim at somebody who did not donate money.
Let's be friendly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this part works.
Where's Willie?
Is Willie up here too?
Hey, Willie!
Where's Willie?
All right, and then they start with
Willie,